Good morning, hello, and happy Friday. How's everybody doing today?
Woohoo!
Yay, Whitney's here. We are excited. It is officially our last Advent Calendar live. So I hope you've been enjoying these. And those of you that purchased the Advent Calendar, I hope you've enjoyed opening your gifts each day and seeing all the fun things we have for you. One of my favorite parts is doing the live and getting to show you all of the ideas that we had that you can do with the products that you're receiving. So I am super excited to share with you gifts 14 through 20 we're gonna open together today. And then you can also look forward to, in your email inbox, you will get a link to day 21 through 25 next week on Christmas, or maybe the day after Christmas. I'm not sure exactly when it's scheduled to go out, but we will be opening those last 4 gifts on a pre-recorded video, and that will come to your inbox. So this is officially the last live that we have, but when you get that email in your inbox next week, you can comment along and watch that while you're kind of enjoying your Christmas break. Who's ready for break? Yes?
I need to sleep in a couple days.
Wendy says she needs to sleep in a couple days. I think I just need to sleep for a couple days, like whole days. Yeah, I was kind of congratulating another mom friend of mine as the kids got off to school today. I said, we did it! We made it to Christmas break! So this is the kids' last day of school this year, and they will be home the rest of the year, enjoying Christmas break in the way that only my teen and tween know how to do, which is sleep. I feel like Maddie is definitely in that phase of she will sleep till 10 or 11 in the morning if we let her. So, and then if you wake her up any earlier, she'll say, "You guys woke me up early." Like, it's 10 o'clock.
Right.
Get out of bed.
Yes.
I've been up since 6:30, so. Well, let me say hello to some of you today as you're hopping on and getting excited about what we have to share with you. So, hello. Pam wants to get crafty. Hi, Tracy. She loves my jacket. Thank you. It's time for a little sequined Santa today. Isn't that fun? These little patches on here are sequined, and then the jacket is corduroy. It's bringing me back to my jean jacket years when you kind of sewed the patches on the backs of your jean jackets. Well, my mom did when I was a kid. Did she do that for you, Whitney?
Yes.
Okay. We all had the jean jackets with the appliques on the back, and she would hand stitch them, and
Yep.
man, they were fabulous. So this one is not hand stitched, at least not to my knowledge. I believe it was machine made. So, oh, hello, Sally. You got snow in Southwest Michigan. Hi, Susan. And Joan is here, and Jane, and Bev. Awesome. Well, should we get to opening the goodies?
Yes, please.
Okay, it's your favorite part, Whitney. Opening presents. All right, let's do it. So like I said, we are going to be opening gifts 14 through 20. And maybe some of you haven't even opened today's gift yet. I'm excited to share it with you. So here we go, number 14. Dun da da da. Oh, Joanne says my college kid sleeps for 2 days straight after finals.
Wow.
Yeah, I can imagine. It's a stressful time for college kids, and it's sort of like a sigh of relief when you get done and you get to go home and enjoy with your family. Okay, so number 14, look at this. We have designed this really unique stencil. It's actually a 4-part layering stencil. Each of these goes together. There are numbers etched into the bottom corners for number 1, 2, 3, and 4. And when you combine them all together, you're gonna get a really fun sentiment. It says, "For you." Let me show you one that I have here that I created with the stencils here in my other hand. So super fun, really easy to use. There are alignment guides on there. You can kind of tell exactly where those little pieces of each layer are supposed to fit together. And I think that is going to be really useful. So many things you can use this for. We'll talk about that when we get to crafting. Tags, little gift cards, regular cards, all kinds of fun stuff. So a fun mini layering stencil for day number 14. Also, Whitney, I'm not sure I have one, and I don't want to use this brand new one, but
Sure.
do you want to go find mine? The
Yes.
layering, or is it up here somewhere?
Yes, I did set it up here, so I'll get it out for you.
Oh, here it is. It's buried.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay, number 15 then. Let's open that up. Has anybody used the stencil yet? We always love to see your projects using the products in the Advent calendar on our fan page, so definitely share those if you're using some of the things that you got. So, okay, number 15. Make sure you get all the things out of there because it is stuffed in there pretty tightly. So the little mini stencil that I just shared with you is a 3x3 stencil, and then the project that I showed you uses that stencil on a 3x3 note card. So we wanted to give you some of those note cards. These are printed, or they're not printed, they're cut from our sugar cube cardstock. They are already scored for you, so you simply fold those in half and take your bone folder and crease them. I don't have my bone folder up here, but if I did, you just crease that and give it a nice push so that you have your nicely folded 3x3 card. And then you also get some of our 3x3 envelopes. So if you like to give little gifts or put maybe a little card inside of a gift bag, and that is what these are perfect for. So you can decorate these envelopes as well. Let me show you that project here. Got another one up here with some different colors on it. So you can also decorate your envelopes. This one, I put a stencil across the bottom of the 3x3 envelope, and I can just write the name on the front. Or you can also decorate the flap of these envelopes. One of the best parts of our 3x3 envelopes is they have a self-adhesive seal on them. So you simply peel back that backing paper and then you can press them closed. No wetting or licking necessary. I love that about our 3x3 envelopes. So if you want to make more of these, you can find these products at the Tailored Expression store. We have our pre-cut and scored 3x3 note cards that you can get in both Toffee and Sugar Cube. And then we also have our white 3x3 envelopes that fit those cards. Okay, so that was day number 15. Let's go number 16. Oh yes, Pam says washi tape would be cute on the little envelopes. I think that's great too. All right, number 16, another item for your little 3x3 cards. So you guys are getting a look at what this project is coming together. These are printed specifically for the inside of your little note cards. So they are 2 3/4 inch square, which fits inside of a 3x3 note card just perfectly. And we made these to be little sentiments of encouragement. If you want to put them on the inside of your cards, that's awesome. You can also slip these in a little lunchbox or maybe in your grandkids' suitcase after they spend the night at grandma's house. Just something that you can color up or foil. They are toner printed, so you can foil them as well. And give out little notes of encouragement. Big hugs, sending you sunshine on your special day. There are 6 different ones in here, and you got 2 of each for a total of 12 panels. Then there's happy birthday to you, let's celebrate, and just a little something.
That's my favorite. You know I like a little something.
I know.
It's a little something.
It's just a little something. Sometimes that's what you're giving someone with a tiny little card that's just a little something. So yes, Heather says, please tell me we can foil. You can foil those. And you can see that I did that on the inside here. I used coordinating red foil to go with my red ombre for you on the outside. So super fun there. That was number 16. Now we're on to number 17. This one is just a slim piece of paper. I have covered it up with some washi tape, but you guys are going to see a coupon code here that's going to get you a free single layer stencil. I'm going to have a recommendation that I would say add this to your next order because we are going to be using it today on the live. I used it quite a bit with this fun artwork. So stay tuned and I'll give you some ideas of what single layer stencil you might want to add to your next order. So just add that coupon code in and it will take that stencil price off of your order. So there you have a little
That's
coupon.
amazing. I can think about 5 of them right now that are on my wish list. So.
Yes.
Share the code. No.
I know. Whitney's like,
No.
you know the code, Whitney.
That's true.
Your order might get flagged though if you start.
No.
Okay, number 18. Let's open that one up. It's fun. I know what's in all of these, and yet I get this little feeling of excitement every time I open one. Like, what's this one? Okay, here we are. This one has a note with it, just to give you an idea of what to do with this. Look at this adorableness. We have here a mini buffing cloth. So it's super soft, a microfiber cloth with our cute rainbow print on it. And let me read this note so you know what in the world to use this for. It says, buff your stuff with a multi-purpose cloth that radiates good vibes. Use it to remove the powder residue from your cardstock after using our powder tool, or grab it to clean a screen, shine a design, polish something smallish. With all these uses, you'll have no excuses. So a fun little rhyming poem that Sue wrote for this particular gift, but really this is super useful. So I know a lot of you have our microfiber cleaning cloth and you love it and you use it to clean your stamps and your stencils. I wanted something, it seems like I always want something that's clean. I want something that I can buff my projects with without worrying that there's ink on them or some other type of residue that I've used to clean off my stencils. And so that's what this is for. Keep it clean, keep it nice. Use it to polish your glasses if you need to see a little bit better. Or I am going to show you today how to use it to polish your cardstock to get that color intensity back after you use our powder tool when you're embossing. So there is your fun little buffing cloth. Adrienne says she's going to use it for cleaning her glasses. Okay, then let's open number 19. Oh, that was a good idea. Did somebody say they were going to put notes on cars? Like our little note pieces here. Just slip them under somebody's windshield. Color them up and say big hugs. Not under their windshield wiper. That's what I was going for. Maybe not happy birthday, but just a little something. Big hugs. I think those are fun, encouraging ways. Another good idea for using those. Okay, so let's open up number 19. That's a good idea too. Pam says you can use our buffing cloth to wipe down the back of your foil before you send it through the machine to get any dust particles off. So number 19, you guys have seen this before, but we just want to make sure everybody has one of these or has at least tried them once. So let's take this out. These are our detail blender brushes. Somebody's asking, when will they be back in stock? Sally asked, and soon. We have them on order. It will be the new year before they come back in stock, but these have been so popular. I think you guys are loving, let me bring this back into my screen here. I think you're loving our detail blender brush storage and organization here, how we wrapped the ink pad labels around each of these. Thank you to one of our fans for this amazing idea. It has been such a useful thing in my craft room. I love having one for every color, so I know that I'm getting that perfect color when I'm blending. And we're going to use this on the small stencil today so that you guys can see how it's really helpful when you have those tiny intricate openings in order to be able to just add a little bit of dimension in small spaces. And those are the detail blender brushes.
I was just staring at that this morning saying, this is a thing of beauty.
It really
I
is.
love them all in order. I used one yesterday. I knew exactly where it was at.
Yes.
It's perfect.
I love it. It was worth the effort because it does take, it takes a little bit of time to do it, but worth the effort. So, all right. Oh, it's so fun to see everybody's comments. Really enjoyed the advent calendar. It was your first year, Melanie says. Definitely ordering again next year. I know the advent calendar is, it's a surprise, and that's what it's meant to be, a small little gift, a little something each day. But one of the fun and unique things about our advent calendar is how all these things work together, and you can kind of create a project from it. So the idea is that you get to using these items right away, and they don't just kind of end up in your collection, not sure what to do with them. So let's open number 20. I heard about some shouts of joy with this one. This has been our second annual new color launch in the advent calendar. So welcome to the family, Gumdrop. Isn't it pretty?
I love it.
Oh, I can't wait to use it in a lot of my projects. I'm going to show you guys today what it kind of goes with in terms of sort of a gradation of colors from light to medium to dark. We gave you the mini ink cube, and then also you have 5 sheets of 3x4 cardstock in here that will hopefully tide you over until we release this color, which is coming in the new year. So you won't have to wait too long. It will be available for you guys to get more cardstock, refills, and full-size ink in this new fun color. So let me show you what it looks like here. I have this card that I made using the new color. It's the medium shade here in the middle, and it has a little bit of a spearmint tone to it. So spearmint is one of my very favorite colors in our collection, but it doesn't really have a family that it lives with. So the new Gumdrop, is designed to go along with spearmint. Maybe you can think about it as spearmint gumdrops, because that's how you'll remember those two colors are in the same tonal family. So this is just something I whipped up really quick using a couple of background stamps and a pretty butterfly. Then this darkest color here that I grabbed was, I believe that's poblano pepper, which I know has been out for a while, but if you've got some in your stash, that's a good kind of third step up in this color family. So isn't it pretty?
I love it.
It's not quite teal. It's more on the green side, more on the mint side than the teal. So we are going to go ahead and emboss some when we get to, actually, that's all the gifts, so why don't we just start there? Let's go ahead and show you. This is one of Susan's favorite techniques, and something that I have really enjoyed doing when I get new colors of cardstock in particular. I love to create a tone-on-tone embossed design. So I'm going to do that with you guys just to show you the Gumdrop in action. And I have, actually I'll set these aside because I have my own that I've already opened up and used. So for this butterfly card, what I used was the Pixie Petals rubber stamp background, and then here's my piece of Gumdrop cardstock. Anytime you want to add a nice tone-on-tone with some shine and you don't have the ink color, this is a great technique as well, because you just use Versamark to darken your cardstock, and it also is a wet ink that allows you to emboss, and when you emboss it, it gets glossy and slightly darker than the color of the cardstock. So let's grab a little bit of tape in the base here, and we're gonna stick that down. All right, it's time to powder, which means we get to also use our buffing cloth here pretty soon. I'm gonna powder that cardstock. I do a little bit of a pounce and then a swoosh. Okay, some Versamark on that stamp then.
Goody goody Gumdrop. That's what Michelle says.
Oh, yay! Yes, I think I've said before when we release new colors, teals and blues are the hardest colors to name because we don't have a lot of blue foods in our lives that are naturally blue. Mm-hmm. We have a lot of, like frosting and trying to think of what all of our blue colors are named. Gumball and now gumdrop. Mm-hmm. Not to be confused with gumball.
Gumball is a much different color.
Yes. Charlie's asking, maybe some others have asked, can we show the difference between this color and poblano pepper, tropical punch, rock candy? If you want to grab those, Whitney, I can hold those up so you can see the difference there. Okay, so I stamped this a couple of times with the Versamark ink. Now let's take it out of the Misty and we will let me grab my, really stuck down there, so I need my tweezers here my nails aren't helping me right now. I can't get my tool under there either.
You need my help?
Okay, there we go. All right, so we'll pour our clear embossing powder over the top and then we'll heat it. We just got a brand new jar of clear embossing powder. One of the supplies we go through a lot here in our Crafty area. Tap, tap, tap. Okay. It's always a kind of fun challenge to me to see what kind of cards I can make with 3x4 pieces of paper. So I'm excited to see what you guys do with these smaller pieces until the big guys come out. I am going to go ahead and hold this with my
tweezers or?
No, I was going to try and hold it with my mini mitts, but I can't stretch them out that far. So we'll go like this.
Get that warm breeze.
Yes. Gotta let it heat up first. So as this is turning, you can see it just darkening the cardstock. And then when I turn it to the light, you can see that it is shiny as well. Once I have some of it done, I'm going to grab my mini mitts and hold on to the other side here. There we go. Now I can get a little closer to my fingers without burning myself. Isn't that such a pretty pattern?
Love that. I love the way the gumdrop looks when it's embossed.
Yes. Oh, EC says there are plenty of orange food names. Just saying. I'm
on it, girlfriend.
I know. We are on the orange in 2025. I'm excited about that. So we'll have to consult on some orange names. Okay, so there is the clear embossed over the gumdrop and what it looks like there if you want to create a little card with that. Now Whitney grabbed these cardstocks for me so you guys can see. And we have the lightest, this is the gumdrop on the left. Then this is blue raspberry, a little bit more of a teal, a little more intense. Then we have the poblano pepper, which is a great kind of dark shade to go with the Gumdrop. And then Tropical Punch has a lot more blue in it than the others that have more green. So there's kind of where it fits.
Dana's saying, is it possible to overheat embossing powder? And maybe you want to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, yes, it is possible to both under and overheat. So if you're looking at clear embossing powder in particular, if it looks dusty, like it doesn't flake off of your cardstock, but it doesn't look shiny, that means that you've underheated it. And if you just hit it with a little bit more heat, it'll turn to glossy, and then you're perfect. Now, if you've done the opposite is you've overheated it, and then what happens is the embossing powder kind of soaks into your cardstock. It doesn't feel raised anymore, and it looks almost greasy. So you don't get that glossy raised appearance. It's soaked into your cardstock and feels or looks a little bit like a grease mark, if that makes sense. So hopefully that helps. And embossing does take a little bit of practice, but knowing what you're looking for, whether you've over or underheated, is hopefully helpful. Okay, let's do some stenciling then. We have our gift that we opened from day 14, and this one is the layering stencil, the mini layering stencil. 1, 2, 3, 4, just making sure I have these in the right order. It honestly really doesn't make a big difference how you're going to put, what order you do these in. They all line up with each other, so just as long as you're using each one once. And I want to show you the whole rainbow of colors that I created here. Here's my red, which I already shared with you guys, a little 3x3 note card. Then we have the orange, ombre of orange colors with the orange foil on the inside. Then we have yellow ombre with the yellow foil inside. Then I did a green one. You guys are getting my what I'm laying down here. You picking up what I'm laying down? It's looking very rainbow. So next I did, after green, I did teal, which is kind of in the middle of green and blue. And this one does use the new gumdrop color in this layout. And then I did the teal foil inside. Then I have more of a true blue on this one with the blueberry foil inside. And then last, I have purple, and I have the purple foil inside. So these were super fun to make and really pretty quick. I can post online a rundown of the 4 different colors that I used for each of these. It might take me a little more time than I want to spend today going through all of them, but I can put them on our fan page if you want to check there, because I have notes of all the colors that I used to create these ombre rainbows. So
those are adorable.
Yay.
I might steal those. So you better hide them.
You can use them.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And then I wanted to show you guys, not only can you make cute little note cards with these, but you can make full-size cards as well. So we're gonna make this fun shaker card today, and it just says "for you," or you could read it "birthday wishes for you." And I'm gonna be using a stencil here. I used this same stencil to decorate the envelopes that I showed you earlier, the little mini envelopes that I blended on the flap there. So if you're looking for an idea of a stencil to add to your cart with your coupon code, this is the one I'm going to be using with these projects. It is called
Seeing Spots.
Thank you, Whitney. You were like right on cue there.
You're welcome.
And you didn't even know that I was going to pause and wait for you to tell me. Seeing Spots is the name of this stencil, and it's kind of just a random dotted pattern. It looks very party-ish, great for birthday cards, maybe even like New Year's confetti with that coming up around the corner. Let's start then by blending out our 4 layers of the stencil. I am going to tack this down here. stencil layer number 1. I'm just gonna go right in the middle of my cardstock. I did want a piece of cardstock that was a little bit bigger than my stencil because I'm going to cut this out in a circular shape, so I needed a little bit more space around it than what the 3x3 stencil provides. Now, in order to mask off around the edges so that I don't get excess ink on there, I'm going to take some of the Post-it removable labeling tape. I like to just tear this in half. Then it's like double the fun. And we'll stick that on all 4 sides here of the stencil. I am going to use, on the first layer, we'll do some dried fig ink. This one. Another great thing about this is it really doesn't take long to fill this stencil in, so you're not going to get arm cramps from this blend. Now, if you do it 10 times like I did for the rainbow cards, then maybe, but...
The thing I love most about the 3x3 card, it's less space for me to mess up on.
Yes!
I'm like, this makes it very easy for me. I know exactly what I'm going to do. It's all laid out.
Yeah.
I have color options. Since you have color options for me, I'll just blend away.
And you don't have to do anything after you've done your blending.
Yes.
You know, it's just like your project is, that is your project.
Yes.
You could add some little glitter drops or those kind of fun things, but really you don't have to do anything else around it. Okay, so let's go to layer number 2. Now, if I hold this up into the camera, can you see those etch markings in the stencil? You can use those to help you line up with the layer you've done previously. But as I mentioned before, you can pretty easily see where this is supposed to line up with the previous layer, just kind of finagling that into place. I should get my tape ready before I have it perfectly where I want it. All right. And then we'll go ahead and add our mask around the edges. If you keep a couple of the pieces together, you can stick them down easily. And then we'll do passion fruit will be our next layer.
Ooh.
I know, this is a color that I love to reach for when I want something just a little unexpected. It's kind of a little like a plum, a mix of like a plum and a magenta. All right, there we go. Pull that one off. That was so quick. Okay, layer number 3. The great part about not only quick blending but quick cleaning when you want to move from stencil to stencil. Easy to clean and fast with a little bit of alcohol. Okay, we got layer number 3 in place here. Just lining up those edges. Tack this down.
Ooh, do you want to tell everyone what happened yesterday?
What happened yesterday? Santa! Yes! You guys, Santa came to our office yesterday and
just walked right in.
Walked
like
right in. Well, he kind of knocked and someone let him in because yeah. But everybody was kind of looking at each other like, what is Santa doing here? Does anybody know? And then he had these big bags, and every bag, or he started pulling packages out of his bags, and every bag had a staff member's name written on it.
Yes.
And he unloaded 3 giant bags of gifts, of stockings filled with gifts, and put them under the tree, and we're all looking around. Everyone's texting John and Kevin asking, Do you guys know anything about Santa? Because they usually run the ship around here about people coming and going, and we still haven't found out who sent Santa.
Somebody sent Santa to our office with gifts for all of the employees, and Taylor took lovely photos with Santa.
I did.
She chatted with him, and he would not let us know.
He didn't tell who brought Santa to our office, but it was fun. And I got to do what I've always wanted to do, was pretend like Elf. And I went downstairs and I said, Santa! And then I got my picture with Santa, and it was one of
so nice.
He was a very sweet Santa. He had a real beard, and yeah, it was just really fun. It kind of brought me back to, you know, the days of
being
a kid. I haven't, you know, had a picture with Santa for, I don't even want to admit how many years it's been, probably. Of course, my kids have. Not in the really recent past, though. We kind of stopped doing those after Henry came along, and he just doesn't like to sit by Santa. So, yeah, that was really a fun part of our day yesterday.
I loved it. We should post the picture of all of us in front of... We have this beautiful, large...
big tree.
Teal Christmas tree.
Well, the Christmas tree is green.
Yes.
The ornaments are teal.
The ornaments are all teal, and we all sat in front of it and took our photo with Santa.
I'm missing a blue blender brush, like a navy blue blender brush. Okay. Thank you. So blueberry, that was dragon fruit on that last layer, and now we're going to do blueberry plus blue corn, and I'm going to be using the bitty blender brush to add just a little bit of that really dark navy blue corn color to this layer. All right. And you're going to do this with your bitty blender brush. Choose carefully. If you only have one, choose carefully what color you're going to use it for, because you're going to be using it with that color for a while. All right, so I'm taking and adding just a little dollop of color. We'll call it a dollop, like a dollop of daisy. That's sour cream. Don't put sour cream on your cards. You see where the brain goes? It just travels in directions that sometimes confuse my husband. It's like, how did you get there? Well, it was a dollop of color, and then it was a dollop of daisy, and then it was sour cream, and then we were putting sour cream on our cards. All right, so let's do the final reveal. And we have our sentiment that says, for you. And you can use for you for any occasion, really, as long as it's for the person you're giving it to. All right, so there we go. Super cute, right? Now, the reason why I chose this stencil is because, or this coordinating piece to use, is because we've got little dots in here with our stencil design, and then this has kind of random dots, so they coordinate well. Before I move on to the next step, let's do a little bit more blending. We're going to do a tone on tone with the Seeing Spots stencil, and I've been loving this. Actually, I know this is a magnet, but or this is a ruler, but gosh, it works really nice for holding down an entire side of my stencil. And then I'm going to bring back the dragon fruit for the tone on top of the dragon fruit cardstock. Okay. Anybody have shopping still to do for Christmas? How about you, Whit?
Yes, always. I mean, does it ever end?
Well, it ends on Christmas because then it's. Although I usually have stuff that I've bought and then I find later that I forgot to wrap and give. So Christmas continues after the 25th, usually for a few days. Like, oh, there was this one in this closet that I bought in June and forgot to wrap.
Yes. We are flying on Christmas Day, so it's got to end for me there, but woo! It's going to be fast and furious unwrapping.
I'm interested to hear how flying on Christmas Day is. I wonder if it's busy or not busy, or I'm guessing it might not be busy because most people want to be where they're at by Christmas. So, all right, there we have that tone on tone in the background. Let's wash our little space here. This is my non-buffing cloth. This is my cleaning cloth. So don't use your pretty new buffing cloth for this. And I got a little bit of adhesive on there. So let's get that off. Okay.
Oh, Mary says she's all done and she's hosting family Christmas tomorrow. Oh, that sounds lovely.
Yay. Congratulations. Enjoy family Christmas. Okay. Let's cut some things. So we need to cut out our For You in the shape of a circle. So I'm going to grab my circle stacklets. The other die that I'm using is the Stitched Frame, the largest. This is Stitched Frame Stacklets 3. And I'll be using the largest one that I've already cut out of dried fig cardstock. I forgot that I wanted to blend the edges of this with a little bit of passion fruit. It's kind of an unexpected color in this whole combo, so I wanted to bring it in another place and kind of give that dried fig a little bit more of a pinky purple look. Just along those outside edges. Okay. Clean that up quickly. If you've been good this year and you haven't told Santa your wish, then glass board.
Yes.
That should be your crafty list. After just cleaning that up in one swipe, I was reminded how much I love the glass board.
My husband Brett was just asking me last night, what do you want for Christmas? And I was like, oh, just get ready. Taylor knows I came and crafted on Tuesday night, and I was all like, I made things! And now I'm full-fledged crafter over here. Need all the things. Got a full list.
Well, just tell him you get an employee discount, and then it's like...
Woo! Watch out, buddy!
Yes! And he probably has a pretty good idea of somebody that can help him...
Pick some things out?
Yeah, a personal shopper, dare I say. All right. So this is the third largest circle from the circle stacklets. And I chose one that's just slightly bigger than the size of the frame. So this will fit over the top of that without covering up any of the words. Now we need to use the same circle to cut into the center of this piece, and that's how we're going to make our shaker element. So I am going to grab this, make sure it's just centered as well as I can, and we'll send that through. Okay. What we need is then the negative piece, not the piece that falls out. And we need our card base. Now we're done with the die cutting. I want to make sure that my circle that's going to be part of the shaker falls into exactly the right spot so that when I'm ready to glue this down, I can simply take this and place it over the top, and that sentiment is going to fall right inside that open circle. So I'm going to take just a little bit of adhesive and lightly tack. You can also use temporary removable tape runner, but if you use just a little bit of it, you should be able to get it up easily. Okay, so this then I'm going to take and adhere down to my card base, using that opening as a guide to place it inside. Okay, now we can remove this. We can adhere our frame around the outside of that circle opening. A little bit of tape runner around the outside will work great. Liquid glue is fine too. Okay, now everybody knows the most important step of making a shaker card, right? It's this piece right here. It's the acetate, so that your bits and bobs don't fall out. So I have a piece of acetate that is already cut in order to position over that circle. So I'm going to grab my tape runner again, and we'll put some adhesive around the outside of that circle opening. And tack down our acetate. I like to use just regular adhesive when I'm adhering acetate. What I mean by regular adhesive is non-wet adhesive, like a tape runner, because if you do get too much and it squirts out onto the open part of your acetate, it's really tough to get off, and it kind of makes your acetate look cloudy. Okay, so here's what it's looking like. Now we just need to build our shaker piece in the middle. I am going to be using a few different things for the shaker elements, or the little bits inside. I have purple glitter drops, pink glitter drops, and then sparkly stars. So I want to make sure, I know this might not be everybody's cup of tea, but I like to make sure if I'm making a shaker card that has glitter drops in it, that I position them face up inside the shaker. And then I typically use a little bit thinner foam tape so they don't have as much space to move around and flip back over. Hopefully that makes sense, because if you've got a lot of room in there and they're really shaking around, they can flip back and forth, and putting them upright doesn't really make a big difference. But if you use a thinner foam tape, then you want your pretty glittery parts to be facing up in your shaker. So I'm just kind of putting them, of course they're going to move around, so it doesn't really matter where you set these. And I'm avoiding a lot of the big drops and sticking to some of the smaller ones so that when we do shake it around, it doesn't cover up our words too much. So we'll do that with the pink and the purple, and then I'm just going to dump the stars in there as well. I feel like I am done Christmas shopping. I'm sure there will be a freak out moment this weekend, but there's still time for that. Today was the last day of school, so all the teachers got gifts.
Aww.
So that's checked off and done. Yeah. All right, a couple more. Feel good about that.
I probably need to make some cream cheese mints now that my husband has found that he loves them.
Has fallen in love with cream cheese mints. I know. Whitney said her husband came home last night, had gotten a gift from one of the girls that he coaches, and her mom had made cream cheese mints. And he said, "Have you ever tried these?" And we grew up on cream cheese mints,
Yes.
I think.
Yes.
The amount of holidays that we had cream cheese mints are innumerable.
I
So,
know, right.
just that he thought this was some newfound, like, thing.
Treat.
A
Yes.
newfound treat. No. Actually, I feel like Mom, did she give me or you all of her molds for cream
You.
cheese mints? I think I have them somewhere.
Okay, I'll have to borrow those.
Okay, now that Brett wants cream cheese mints for everything. Anybody else like cream cheese mint people? Is that a thing that you have either now or maybe when you were growing up? Any
Is
fond
it
memories?
only a Midwestern thing too?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
He's Californian, so I feel like some of these things I didn't know were
yes, like puppy chow.
right. Puppy chow too, and
Yeah.
Snickers salad.
Snickers
Woo!
salad.
Hold me back.
Yep.
Best things about Iowa. Sweet
Uh-huh.
corn and Snicker salad. Sign me up.
Sweet corn and salads that aren't really salad.
Yes.
Salads that include no lettuce. I feel like that's what we're best at here in the Midwest.
Yes.
Probably why I don't like lettuce. I grew up eating Snicker salad instead of lettuce salad.
Oh,
Okay.
a lot of people have not had these.
Have not had cream cheese mints?
Wow.
Oh, I've never heard of them. Oh, and Carrie says she's totally Midwestern and never heard of them. So maybe it's just an our mom thing.
Maybe it is.
Yeah, she had different molds. So you mix up the cream cheese and all of the ingredients, and then you put them into a mold like a different shape. So for, I don't know, she always used to do, I remember at Thanksgiving, we'd have leaves.
Yes.
And you remember the leaves? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Wreath. I think the
Christmas was a wreath. And then we had graduation caps.
Caps.
So pretty sure I inhaled cream cheese mints at my graduation party.
Yep.
Okay, so what you can see I'm doing here, I gotta stop and talk about this for a second. I am building a well around my shaker opening so that my shaker bits stay confined in this space. And I'm kind of piecing together this last little spot up here where I don't want them to escape from. And then you want that whole piece to be popped up at the same level, so I will end up adding foam tape on these two outer edges as well. Leaves and roses, yes.
Yes, roses. We have those too.
And you could make them whatever color you wanted because you'd put the food coloring in them. And oh, this is such a fun.
Weddings, showers, grad parties. That's what people are saying.
Are remembering them for?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh yes, showers, like bridal showers and baby
Yes.
showers, and I probably had them at all of
Plenty.
those too. Okay. A little bit more foam tape. This card definitely has the foam tape going on. Has anybody said they're actually making cream cheese mints for their holiday this year?
Yeah.
I might have to come over.
I know. Anyone got extras?
Right.
My
Okay.
husband did not save me any. He was like, "Have you tried these? I didn't save you any." Like, yes.
How nice of you. Oh, Vicky says if you ever went to a wedding in the 60s or 70s, you had cream cheese mints.
Okay. Oh,
Okay, I'm putting some stars in here. Just kind of making sure they have a spot on top of that circle. And then we'll take a few minutes here while we talk more about Christmas to watch Taylor remove foam tape pieces. Actually, these are coming off really easy, so
nice.
it won't be too long here. Okay.
And you use sparkly stars in there. Ooh,
I
one
did.
of my faves. Love it.
Very party-like. Okay, I gotta get right over the top, make sure that I'm putting it down on that card base. And then I've got one little staticky glitter drop that doesn't want to go home. Okay. Lay down, glitter drop. There we go.
Cute.
There it is. Now we can shake it around, kind of tap those stars towards the bottom. And then they shake in there, but they don't they shake, but they don't rattle and roll.
You're funny.
I'm dumb. Okay. So I've got a couple of sentiments we can add here. I grabbed either Make-A-Wish or Happy, Happy Birthday. I'm going to go with Make-A-Wish. I think I like that size a little bit better. Cute. And we can just tack that down with a little bit of tape runner again. This is one I can see using a lot as the year continues for those little gifty things that you want to give to people. That one has birthday wishes for you. That little mini strips is from, or that little sentiment strip is from Mini Strips Birthday, is where that one came from. I don't think I shared this one yet, but I loved that fun color combination with the pinks and greens. And then I've got my whole rainbow of cards here as well. And can't forget about this one. There. Look at all that.
Aww.
This guy doesn't want to stay closed. He wants to
show the world.
pop open. There we go. All right, you guys, let's say farewell for today and kind of give you a little bit of a rundown of what is happening. Somebody I saw said, can we see the whole jacket? So here's the whole jacket. It has a kind of a frayed bottom on the corduroy, and it's a little bit of a crop jacket. Does it have Santas on the back? I don't think so.
No Santas on the back.
No Santas on the back, just on the front and the arms.
Adorable.
Okay, so we will be taking a break next week. So I know all of you are gearing up for Christmas on Wednesday. We will not have a live on Tuesday, and we will be enjoying Christmas or the after Christmas excitement as well. So we will not have a live on Thursday either. So no lives next week. You will be getting that email that has the remainder of the Advent calendar reveal, and then we'll be making a crafty project, and you can just click on the video and watch that while you have some time over break. So I hope you guys have a wonderful, very Merry Christmas, and just have some time to celebrate with friends and family, relax, and soak it all in. And yes, I will be back before the end of the year though, so I won't give you New Year's wishes yet. So tune in on Tuesday, December 31st is the next time I will be seeing you. And that is New Year's Eve day. So we're gonna have some fun things going on in the live. We're gonna talk about your favorites from this year. What were the most purchased products in several different categories, which is gonna be fun. Of course, we'll do some crafting together. And Whitney, what else do we have? Prizes! I know. So mark your calendar for 10 a.m. on December 31st. It's gonna be a fun time, and I can't wait to see you then before we ring in the new year. All right.